Light gun shooters were fun and innovative for a time, especially in 90s arcades. However, with the PC and console quickly adapting and increasing in graphical power, the genre has slowly faded out of popularity. But many gamers, myself included, remember the time spent shooting aliens, robots, and humans with giant blue, orange, or pink gun peripherals. Hey Shackers, Greg here, and today I'll be counting down the best light gun shooters. Now the rules are only one game per franchise, and the game must have a gun peripheral of some kind. I'm also not counting VR games like Robo Recall. Shooters will be judged by overall arcade impact, innovation, fun factor, and of course, votes via our community. So let's sit down, or stand up in some cases, and prepare to reload. These are the top 10 light gun shooters.
I'm a crack shot at this.
You mean you have to use your hands? That's like a baby's toy.
Baby's toy.
The most common and one of the first innovative light gun shooters to hit home consoles, Duck Hunt is a classic. Almost everyone has played it at some point, and even though the technology is simple now, in 1984 it was still pretty impressive. Hell, even the game itself holds up pretty well, 33 years later.
Tactical nuke incoming!
What have you done?
Operation Wolf.
A fan favorite among our community vote, Operation Wolf featured a mounted Uzi machine gun that vibrated heavily when fired. The kickback was actually quite impressive. It's too bad a lot of the mounted guns broke fairly easily, and the arcade owners never really bothered to repair them because they technically still worked. I, for one, remember getting very disappointed when I put in a quarter into this machine and found out the rumble feature on the gun didn't work. Game's still extremely fun and violent though, especially for being over 30 years old.
Reload.
One of the first light gun shooters I remember playing because it was the only game at our local Round Table Pizza. This episode could be brought to you by Round Table Pizza. Sponsor us, or you could sponsor us, or maybe, or not.
Round Table, one of the last honest pieces.
Shoulders tight. Still with me?
It's a fun shooter with live-action digitized sprite graphics, and the shooting was fairly accurate. I used to like putting 2 quarters in, that way I could dual-wield both the guns at the same time. To this day, that damn opening line will be stuck in my head forever. Come on, stay low.
Come on! Stay low! Welcome to Carnival!
One of the most impressive light gun shooters I've ever played, Carnival is a fantastic game. From the concept of fighting through an undead horde Carnival to the awesome character and level design, it's clear that the team behind it really wanted to create something special.
Don't wake the baby.
It was also one of the first games I ever saw that used a shotgun peripheral rather than a handgun, even though the arcade can be retrofitted for both. It's a great game, and if you ever see it, play it. It's a beautiful work of art.
What goes up must come down. Now you're headed for Rickety Town. Ride all the rides, have some fun, then eat your heart out on a sesame seed bun.
They wiped us out. We've got to save Ian and Sarah.
Let's face it, killing dinosaurs will always be fun, and in Jurassic Park The Lost World, you got to do just that. The game looked great, and you really felt the power behind each shot. The arcade cabinet was also pretty impressive, enclosing you in a theater-like booth, with a huge screen and amazing sound.
Let's go!
In 1995, digitized live-action sprite graphics were still dominating the arcade scene. Shooters like Lethal Enforcers, Area 51, Point Blank, they all looked pretty similar. But then along came Virtua Cop, which broke the mold and did real-time full 3D graphics. Its sequel, Virtua Cop 2, made many improvements to its game engine. It played smoother, looked better, and of course, was a blast to play. It also had a huge screen to ensure plenty of room for you and your friend to play together without feeling too cramped. It was a fan favorite among our community vote.
It's Judgment Day.
Probably one of the best movie-to-arcade adaptations, T2 Judgment Day featured the same rumble function of the Operation Wolf cabinet. The game took place over some iconic locations used in the films, from the future war to shooting your way through Cyberdyne systems as you killed Terminators by the bucket loads, as well as SWAT teams. The thing that felt great about this game was that you really felt a sense of impact from the gun peripheral, adding weight to the targets you hit. It's a great movie-based game, and let's face it, those are quite rare.
Excellent.
Silent Scope put you in perspective of a sniper. What made this game super innovative and unique was that the game had two screens. The first was the main display screen, and the second was located in the sniper rifle peripheral scope itself. This isn't the original Silent Scope, it's actually Dark Silhouette Silent Scope 2. As you can see, the cabinet was very unique. It had its own sniper rifle peripheral, and inside the scope, there's actually a little LED screen that actually zoomed in what you were seeing on screen as you aimed. Now this one's really old and it's really broken, so the screen is very dark and it's almost impossible to play. This was something really unique and no one had really seen before, especially what's classified, I guess, as a light gun shooter. It's a really interesting game that utilizes its zoom second screen mechanic well and designs around it, creating levels and boss battles that really no other on-rail shooter has been able to do before. For example, there's a boss encounter where you have to snipe him. He's running through a football field while football players are trying to tackle him while carrying a hostage over his shoulders, and you have to avoid hitting everything but him. It's a hard game, but it's one of the most unique light gun shooters ever made.
We're meeting G over there.
One of the most successful on-rail shooters in arcade history, the House of the Dead games have spawned over 14 titles and spin-offs. House of the Dead 2 was released in 1998 after the first game was well received. It featured a terrible story with horrendous voice acting.
I don't want to die!
My God.
But it was all part of the charm. From its fun enemy design to its crazy boss fights, House of the Dead 2 is the pinnacle of the series, and we wouldn't have it any other way.
Action! Action!
Arguably the best light gun shooter of all time, Time Crysis 2 featured an awesome gun peripheral that actually cocked back like a real gun, giving a real sense of power between each shot. The cabinet itself featured a metal foot pedal that when pressed and held down would take you out of cover to shoot enemies. When you released the foot pedal, you'd go back into cover to reload and be safe from harm. It was this revolutionary game mechanic that put it on the map, and since its debut in 1995, it's received over 5 sequels and spin-offs, and it's still making full arcade cabinets. The last one to be released in arcades was Time Crysis 5 in 2015. It's arguably one of the most innovative and fun arcade shooters of all time. Which light gun games did you guys like the best? Which ones did we miss? Let us know in the comments below. For more videos like this and everything else gaming related, you're already in the right place. You're on Shacknews.com.
Right on out there and be real smooth. That's the way you do it. Listen, can I try that again? Yeah, go ahead. Hey, just tell me one thing. Where did you learn to shoot like this?
7-Eleven.